Hello everyone, welcome back to our course. In the previous section, we have talked about culture shock. Today, let's discuss various factors of culture shock. An individual reared in one culture may find it difficult to interpret and react to a situation in another culture. Any changes in climate, food, living condition, language, population, social roles can foster culture shock. For example, when we are unfamiliar with the host language, language shock may occur. If we do not understand the language, we lose the ability to adjust ourselves to the new environment. As we struggle with learning a new language, we find ourselves at a loss. Just like in the movie Treatment. When the grandpa found English was the main language used in his son's family, he just felt quite uneasy and couldn't fit in. There are constant mental and emotional stress when we have to consciously think about how to express ourselves in the target language, and when we are not able to convey the message we want to impart in the way we want. There is also the humiliation of not being able to express ourselves in a way that agrees with our intellectual level, societal role, and status. Another common shock we may experience is transition shock. It is used to describe the distress we experience when trying to cope with the multitude of changes required by the host culture. We may feel confused about what is normal and appropriate behavior and under which conditions. We are not sure about how and whom to grade, when to show thanks, when and how to accept and refuse invitations, how to take conversational turns, and where and how to obtain essential information and the basic necessities. It is a problem for us to understand people in the host culture. Sometimes, when we enter an ambiguous new culture, we may even feel loss of personal status and make efforts to switch our role in order to fit and function well in the host culture. This is called role shock. To international students, education shock frequently happens when they try to adapt themselves to academic life, especially when the learning situation is new and distressing. In the new culture, familiar cues guiding social interaction are often no longer operable. For example, North Americans experiencing the bargaining at a bazaar in China may perceive the Chinese as demanding and deceitful. Rather than identifying such bargaining behavior as accepted and expected within a given cultural context, North Americans are more likely to view the Chinese negatively. Neither Canadians nor Americans are accustomed to bargaining, except perhaps at a car dealership. In North America, unlike in China and many other cultures, bargaining is not viewed as an accepted and expected social convention or custom. Have you ever experienced culture shock? How do you define culture shock? What are some aspects of culture shock? If you like, please share your story and your opinion in the discussion board.